When I heard they were adding lesbians to Suicide Squad, I said, finally, they're starting to get it. Rocksteady is on a comeback arc. I knew they still had that dog within. I'm a big fan of the genre, and I gotta say, this is a hard one to mess up. What are we talking about? Power Girl and Catwoman, Killer Frost and Wonder Woman, Copperhead? No, it's Big Vic, One Punch Man, Kim Jong Frieza, H2 Olga, Chestless Freezer, this fucking unit. Right recipe, wrong ingredients, lads. You thought this was gonna bring people back to the game? Hell no, I'd rather have the supersized Amanda Waller over there. Here's what I'm thinking about that, right? You take supersized Amanda Waller, then you take that hamster ball from Overwatch, you take his wrecking ball ability, right? You see where I'm going with this. Slap them together, and you got 1000 peak concurrent players again. No need to thank me. But no, here you are fucking around, and the Koreans and the furries are running circles around us. Suicide Squad Kill the Profitability has graced us with a new season, and with it comes a new character, and sometime in the distant future, you will get one new enemy type, so keep an eye out for that. But stick with me, stay in the present here. Part 1 brings us a brand new character, not from the comics, but straight from the brilliant minds at Rocksteady, and this new character is Mrs. Freeze. Because that's right, 8,436 Batman comics and God knows how many characters, and these motherfuckers thought they could do better. Did they? Well, remember Mr. Chili Nuts from the old Arkham games who would interrupt you beating up poor people to depress you with some quality writing?
Nora would never have wanted this.
No. What she wants is to live a long life in the warmth of the sun. Her hand in mine.
Fair enough. I'm gonna go beg some expensive prostitutes. Netflix out. Well, that version of Mr. Freeze is a bitch. Mrs. Freeze is the man. She's a powerlifting, power bottom, hard set on saving her wife, and she'll bench press any motherfucker that gets in her way. Other character traits include not much else. She has 4 minutes of cutscenes, and the developers have already given up on the game, so I wouldn't expect much more. She comes in, we drag her wife out of the U-Haul, we ask her to help us beat up a reskin boss for a 3rd time. She does, we take some wacky pictures, she takes her payment, and that's the DLC. I'd laugh at her dialogue like I laughed at Insecure Joker's dialogue, but she fucking talks like young Sheldon. And listen, I know Mr. Freeze is a scientist, he's a nerd, he's just trying to find love on the spectrum, but in Arkham, they knew how to play into that to make him even more intimidating. He had tons of lines that go hard, like this one.
Threats are meaningless to a man who has lost everything.
Even his shit talking when you died was imposing.
The thought of killing a man should turn my stomach. But as I look at you now, I feel nothing.
Back over to Mega Man.
Tremendous amount of lasers incoming. Proximity mines in the proximity. So tell me again about the partner benefits.
The deductibles are hell.
Whoa! Like a giant
Cock. What do I say about that? Did you get Jim from accounting to write this shit? I think reading your profit and loss statements would be more interesting than watching these cutscenes. 0 lines that go hard. I would rather they just took Mr. Freeze from the Batman and Robin movie. Get Arnold's Mr. Freeze in here. As for how she plays, imagine every other character in this game, she plays like that. I take that back. Her AoE attack is actually worse, and her traversals like Frozone if he spent too much time in the Blizzard Zone. I will say the one thing she does better than anyone else is her victory pose. Take a look at this. She's just reading this book on eco-terrorism, and then she just goes, well, actually. Now listen, contrary to common belief, I'm a positive guy, so let's balance this out with a little bit of positivity. They gave the Insecure Joker another piece of dialogue, but then they made the artistic decision not to include the MP3 file, so when he went to go speak, it was just dead silence. I love this take on the Joker. I don't know if this is a part of his vaudeville roots you guys were talking about, but let's take this direction and apply it to all the rest of his audio. Just delete those MP3s. Call it a hunch, but it feels right. Just like I have a strong hunch that the people that made this game are not fans of the comics, the Arkham games, and certainly not fans of you or I, Pimp, and every one of these updates just reinforces that. Rocksteady is no longer Rocksteady. Companies keep the same name, but they do not keep the same employees, nor do they keep the same level of quality. So when people say Rocksteady is a great developer capable of doing better, I think Rocksteady in 2010 was capable of doing better, and they did. Today, companies like Rocksteady make what they want you to want, not what you actually want. They create escapism for themselves, not for the people that buy their game. And that's sticking strictly to the story and assuming that we can pin all the blame on the suits for forcing them into making another crappy looter shooter, as I'm guessing that this article exposes, but it's got a paywall and I'm not paying for that shit. But are the suits also responsible for doing this? Investigate that, Bloomberg, and I might just find out how to pirate your articles. So when they put out the message that the studio heads are looking to return to their roots in the next game, I say keep those motherfuckers far away from the roots for the good of humanity. Return those fuckers to the short bus. I don't buy this innocent return to form for a second. After all, as Suicide Squad alumni Ernest Hemingway once said, all things truly wicked start from innocence. Don't forget how Batman got shot, not on a lazy boy, not on a sofa, not on a lawn chair with a padded seat, but on a park bench. Have you ever sat on one of those before? That's what they made our boy die on. Ass sore, headshot. And that's it. I'm done talking about this game. Now I'm just gonna go enjoy this new Batman show.
Sugar, you can frisk me any day of the week.
As Suicide Squad alumni Ernest Hemingway also once said,
Damn it, Wade!
thanks to the flock of pimps for bankrolling this video, and another huge thanks to all the pimpers. More to come very soon. I'll see you later.